One of the big differences between the way that we were parented and the way that we are trying to parent is that we're not expecting us to get it right. Like, I don't expect myself to not make mistakes. If I expected myself to not make a mistake, I would be sorely disappointed daily, multiple times a day. And so I really want to just encourage parents to know that there is no perfection expected out of their parenting and out of the engagement with their children. I think especially right now in a pandemic, nobody knows what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
No one knows. I can't tell you what to do. I can tell you how to come back to yourself. I can help you come back to yourself and to really tune into what you feel is loving to do. But nobody really knows what to do. And so I just want to encourage a lot of self-compassion for parents. We put so much pressure on ourselves to get it right. And sometimes that creates the conditions for stress to rise. And, it's just kind of a cycle that, we put the expectations on ourselves, and then that creates a lot more disconnection within our families because now we're disconnected from our children, but that disconnection is rooted because of a disconnection from ourselves. And so I just want to, encourage parents to really try to have as much self-compassion as possible. Try to remember that little child within that still has needs, whether that need is space, whether that need is play. And our inner child's play is going to look different than our outer children's play. Like, my inner child likes to dance to NSYNC, you know. And if I can get my kids on board with it, cool. They don't have to, though, And so really trying to figure out the ways that I can bring joy and I can bring play into my life and reconnect to that inner part of myself that still very much enjoys life, and can be curious the same way that children are curious. And so whatever it is, that's going to look different from person to person. But unless everybody that's listening to this loves NSYNC, in which case, when the pandemic is over, we're having a NSYNC dance party at my house. Don't tell Mercedes because she's very much a Backstreet Boys girl. Um, we go back and forth very frequently about it. But it really is about just reconnecting to that part of ourselves that remembers that we are also sovereign, that we are also worthy of love, of attention, of safety, of the experience of safety. And in those difficult moments, you're not expected to get it right. And I feel like when we release that pressure, it makes it more likely that we will get it right because we can move from that heart space and we can move from that intuition as opposed to this frenetic, thinking, overthinking about what to do and how to do it and the expectations that we place on our children, et cetera. And so I really just want to invite parents to remember themselves, remember, right? I feel like I'm the Lion King and I'm like, remember who you are, but really remember that little child that still lives within you is still very much there. And your inner parent, can really reparent that inner child to discover what is truly needed.